All right. So speaking as a Canadian, as somebody who lives in a place where we get free healthcare, where we get the government is involved in our lives in a certain amount, but they don't run our lives. Um, I don't get the whole argument of what's going on in the States. I don't get how people think that government run healthcare is a bad thing. I don't get that. The idea that everybody can get free healthcare, the idea that everybody gets healthcare regardless of whether or not you can afford to pay for it, right? I don't get that. If I lived in a society where we had to worry about whether or not my parents could afford to take care of me when I was a kid, I went through more than half a dozen surgeries by the time I was 12. And if I didn't have socialized medicine to help me out, I wouldn't have made it through my childhood. And that's a big deal to me. That's a really big deal. I don't get it. I don't get how people can be vilifying the idea of having universal health care. The idea of having health care available to all, whether or not you can afford to pay for it, and not turning someone away because what they need done is too expensive and they can't afford to pay for it. I don't get that. I really don't. I don't understand it, and it doesn't make sense to me, because why wouldn't someone want to take care of their sick? Why wouldn't someone want to take care of those who are in need? And I mean, I have a job, yeah, and I get my drugs paid for, like my medication. I have medication that I have to take, right? Because I have arthritis. So I get my arthritis medication paid for because I have a job. But even if I didn't have a job, the medication would be covered, at least partially, by Medicare, by the drug coverage that you get just for being a Canadian. I don't get why people are so hung up in the States on they think they're going to lose their freedom. I don't get it. To me, why wouldn't you want to help your fellow man? Why wouldn't you want to band together? Why wouldn't you want to make sure that the person living next door to you gets just as good health care as you do, even though you can afford to pay for it and they can't? I don't get it. Where is, caring for our fellow man? That's my opinion. Let me know what you think.